Sayın Valim, Sayın Belediye Başkanları, Sayın İl Genel Meclis Başkanı, meclis üyeleri ve değerli katılımcılar. Rize'mizin 4 bölgesindeki turizm destinasyonlarının başarıya ulaşabilmesi için takip edeceğimiz yol haritası olan Turizm Master Planlarının lansmanına hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Efendim, öncelikle yıllardır kameralar karşısında olsak da siz değerli katılımcıların huzurunda sunum yapmak gerçekten heyecan verici. Program boyunca sürçülisan yaparsak şimdiden affola sığınıyorum efendim affınıza. Bir duyuruyla devam etmek istiyorum. Sunumumuz İngilizce olacağından Türkçe dinlemek isteyen katılımcılarımız kulaklıklarını takabilirler efendim. Başarılı bir turizm master planı için neredeyiz, nereye ulaşmak istiyoruz ve o noktaya nasıl ulaşabiliriz gibi sorularına cevap verilebilmelidir. İşte bugün yaklaşık 1,5 senedir Sayın Valimiz Kemal Çever'in önderliğinde çalışmalarını yürüttüğümüz Çifteköprü, Ovitlere, Mezra ve Hamdüzü bölgeleri için hazırlanan turizm master planlarıyla bu soruların tamamına cevap verebilmenin mutluluğunu yaşıyoruz efendim. Etkinliğimiz İl Genel Meclis Başkanımız ve Valimizin açılış konuşmalarından sonra her biri benzersiz konseptlerden oluşan Çifteköprü Sağlık Vadisi, Ovit 4 Mevsim Dağ Zirvesi, Dere Mezra, geleneksel köy ve Hamdüzü Dağ Macerası master planlarının sunumuyla devam edecek. Ve son olarak Rize'mizin yöresel yemekleriyle lezzetli bir kapanış yapacağız. En cezbedici noktası burası efendim. Karadeniz yemeklerine kimse hayır diyemez. Sözlerimi fazla uzatmadan etkinlik boyunca yapacağımız her paylaşımı Rize Turizm Master Planları hashtag'i kullanarak yapmanızı rica ediyorum efendim. Şimdi açılış konuşmasını yapmak üzere Rize İl Genel Meclis Başkanımız Sayın İbrahim Türüt'ü alkışlarınızla kürsüye davet etmek istiyorum.
Sayın Valim, değerli Hazır basınımızın güzide temsilcileri, hepinizi saygı, sevgi ve hürmetle selamlıyorum. İlimiz için büyük bir öneme sahip olduğunu düşündüğümüz ve gerçekleşmesinde sayılır vesaireler harcadığımız Turizm Master Planı çalışmanın lansmanına hepiniz hoş geldiniz, sefalar getirdiniz. Kıymetli Hazırın, İl Genel Meclis Başkanlığımız süresince hemen hemen her ortamda ve her platformda ilimiz adına dile getirdiğimiz en önemli konulardan bir tanesi turizmdi. Rize'mize çaydan sonra en büyük katma değer sağlayacak unsurun turizm olduğuna inanıyoruz. Bu anlamda da Sayın Kemal Çever Valimizin önemli katkılarıyla İl Genel Meclisi ve İl Özel İdaresi olarak Rize'mizin turizmden hak ettiği payı alabilmesi için kendimizi bu anlamda görevlendirdik. Bu anlamda her biri bir değerimiz olan ve tarihimize ışık tutan kalelerimizin, kemer köprülerimizin, konaklarımızın, camilerimizin ve değirmenlerimizin birçoğunun restorasyonunu tamamladık ve bu anlamda da restorasyon çalışmalarımız yine devam etmekte. Yatırım anlamında her geçen gün gelişen ilimizin doğu ve güneydoğuya açılan kapısı olan Ovit Tüneli'nin hayata geçmesi ve temeli atıldığı günden itibaren ilimizin turizme yönelik büyük hayaller kurmamıza vesile olan Rize Artvin Havalimanı'nın hizmete girmesinin yanında Yeşil Yol projesi sayesinde birbirine bağlanan eşsiz güzellikte yaylalarımız başta olmak üzere tarihi kaleleri, estetik kemer köprüleri ve yıllardır yaşatılan farklı kültürü ve enfes lezzetleriyle ilimizin bütün argümanlarını ele alarak bir çalışma başlatmış olduk. Gelinen noktada turizm anlamında ilimizin en gözde mekanlarından olan ve kentsel dönüşümü devam eden Ayder'in yanında yeni turizm merkezleri oluşturmak, turizmi 4 mevsime yaymak ve gelen turistlerin ilimizde uzun süre kalmaları gerektiği fikrinden hareketle öncelikli olarak ilimizin genelini kapsayan 11 turizm merkezi belirlemiş olduk. Belirlediğimiz turizm merkezleri Çayeli Ağaç Vadisi, Çayeli Çataltepe bölgesi, Çayeli Kuspa bölgesi, Ardeşen Deremezra bölgesi, Fındıklı Gürcüdüzü, Güneysu Handüzü, Merkez Küçükçay bölgesi, Pazar Hamidiye, İkizdere Ovid bölgesi, İkizdere Çifteköprü Melez Köyü, Hemşin Kantarlı bölgesi ve Çamlıhemşin Fırtına Vadisi olmak üzere 11 turizm merkezinden ilk etapta hayata geçireceğimizi düşündüğümüz ve bu anlamda da uzun uğraşlar sarf ettiğimiz Ovid Kış Turizmi, İkizdere Çifteköprü Melez Köyü, Güneysu Handüzü Yaylası ve Ardeşen Deremezra Köyü olmak üzere 4 bölgemizin Turizm Master Planını bugün itibariyle tamamlamış bulunuyoruz. İçerisinde kayak pistlerinden otellere, restoranlardan dağ evlerine, günübirlik ziyaret alanlarından organik pazarlarına, yürüyüş yollarından doğa sporları merkezine, seyir terasından piknik alanlarına, karavan parklarından sosyal donatılara, daha sayamadığımız nice destinasyonların yer aldığı turizm master planımızın hayata geçmesi Rize'mizi turizm anlamında da önemli merkeze haline getireceğini düşünüyoruz. Bu noktada ilimizin bütün kurum ve sivil toplum örgütleriyle yekpare tek vücut turizm master planımızın hayata geçmesi için elini taşın altına koyması gerekmekte. Bu sayede ilimizin, ülkemizin turizmden hak ettiği payı alan en önemli turizm merkezinden biri olması kaçınılmaz olacaktır. Ben bu duygu ve düşüncelerle sözlerime son verirken bugün lansmanını gerçekleştirdiğimiz Turizm Master Planı çalışmamızın ilimize, bölgemize ve ülkemize hayırlar getirmesini diliyor. Bu planın oluşmasında başta Sayın Valim Kemal Çever'e, İl Genel Meclis üyelerimize ve yürütme organımız olan İl Özel İdaresi Genel Sekreterimiz, Genel Sekreter Yardımcılarımıza ve bütün müdürlerimize ve aynı zamanda planları hazırlayan Input Project firmasına özellikle teşekkür ediyorum. Hepinize saygılar sunuyorum.
Konuşmalarından ötürü Sayın İbrahim Türüt'e huzurlarınızda teşekkür ediyorum. Efendim şimdi konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Rize Valimiz Sayın Kemal Çever'i alkışlarınızla kürsüye davet ediyorum.
Sayın Rektörüm, saygıdeğer Başsavcım, Ağır Ceza Başkanım, değerli meslektaşlarım, İdare Mahkemesi Başkanımız, Avusturya'nın kıymetli ticaret ateşesi, değerli belediye başkanlarım, İl Genel Meclisi üyelerimiz, özel idaremizin kıymetli çalışanları, muhtarların, değerli kurum amirlerimiz, turizm sektörünün kıymetli bileşenleri, hepinizi saygıyla, sevgiyle selamlıyorum. Hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Salona bakarak söylemeye gayret ettim ama eğer unuttuğum bir kesim varsa affına sığınıyorum. Bugün ben de biraz heyecanlıyım. Yani ben zor heyecanlanan bir bireyimdir. Artık siz de öğrendiniz. Genel anlamda rahat ve soğukkanlı olduğum söylenir ama bugün gerçekten benim için de önemli bir gün. Hanımefendi sağ olsunlar güzel sözlerle beraber yaklaşık 1,5 yıldır süren bir çalışma dedi ama tabii pandemiyi esas alırsak bir kesintiden dolayı öyle ama benim için Rize'ye geldikten 2-3 ay sonra başlayan bir çalışma. Yani neredeyse 4 yıldır sürdürdüğümüz bir çalışma. Arkadaşlar bugün nihayetine erdirdik ve hep beraber biraz sonra sonuçlarını göreceğiz. Uzun da bir program olduğu için çok uzatmamaya gayret edeceğim ama bir iki noktayı söylemek isterim. Kamu yatırımlarında zaman zaman söylerim. Kıymetli mesai arkadaşlarım, vatandaş için yatırım kazmanın vurulduğu gün, işte kentsel dönüşüm yapıyorsak orada binaların yıkıldığı gün başlıyordur. Ama biz idareciler için aslında o gün yatırımın bittiği ya da %80 hallolduğu gündür. Öncesi çok önemli. Yani önceden onun altını nasıl hazırladığımız bizim için çok daha önemli. Kazmanın vurulduğu gün biz artık başka işlerle uğraşmaya başlarız. İşte master plan bana göre işte o kazmanın vurulacağı hale gelmiş bir aşamadır. Master plan demek temel plan demektir. Ana plan demektir. Yani hangi sektörde master plan yapıyorsanız, tarım mı, ulaşım mı, eğitim mi, yaptığınız master plan o sektörde ulaşmak istediğiniz hedefler noktasında yapacağınız projeleri, yatırımları üzerine bina edeceğiniz plan demektir. Biz ülke olarak planlama konusunda belki karakteristik özelliklerimizden olsa gerek zaman zaman zaaf gösterebiliyoruz. Ama biraz önce girişte arkadaşlara ifade ettim. Turizmi konuştuğumuz için oradan ifade edeyim. Dünyanın en gelişmiş turizm bölgelerine bakın. İşte Niagara şelaleleri, en çok turist çeken yerlere bakalım. İsviçre, Fransa ya da Avusturya Alpleri ya da Çin'deki, Kore'deki önemli turizm merkezleri ya da işte Amerika'daki Orlando Universal Stüdyolar, hangisine bakarsanız bakın. Ben hepsini görmek bana nasip oldu. Hepsi, emin olun, sağlam bir planın üzerine bina edilmiş merkezlerdir. O söylediklerimin hiçbiri plansız yerler değildir. Hepsi bir planın üzerine entegre edilmiştir. Bizim de bunu yapmamız lazım. Çünkü kıymetli Meclis Başkanımın, İl Genel Meclis Başkanımın, İbrahim Başkanımın söylediği gibi biz geleceğimizi sizle de hep görüştüğümüz gibi çayla beraber turizm sektöründe gören bir iliz. Hatta bana göre göstergeler belli bir süre sonra, belli yıllar sonra turizm sektörünün Rize'de çay sektörünün de önüne geçebileceğini işaret etmektedir. Çünkü hep söylüyorum, aslında hepimiz gururla söylüyoruz. Bizim 3920 kilometre kare yüz ölçümümüzün 1 metrekaresi bile ihmal edilmeyecek kadar güzel. Öyle bir coğrafyaya sahibiz. Yeşil ve mavinin kentiyiz. 200 civarında yaylamız, 170 civarında şelalemiz. Türkiye'nin %15'i sayısında olan 117 tarihi taş kemer köprümüz, taş dolma evlerimiz, tarihi camilerimiz, etnografik ürünlerimiz, gastronomimiz, bunlarla beraber muhteşem bir turizm merkeziyiz. Ama işte burada hedefimiz ve stratejimizin ne olması lazım? Biraz önce girişte söyledim. İşte o yaylalarımızdan birkaç tanesinin ismini söyleyelim. Bana göre içimizde acıdır. Çağrankaya, Şivan'da size göre bir yayla mıdır? Sırt yaylası. Gittiğimizde hepimiz keyif alıyoruz ama bir yayla mıdır? Ya da Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımız zaman zaman o lafı speküle edilse de bence içindeki bir derdi söyledi. Ayder'i kirlettik dediğimiz Ayder bizim gönlümüzdeki Ayder midir? Yani bu noktada doğruları yapmamız gerektiğini düşünüyorum. Zaman zaman iğneyi değil, çuvaldızı değil, onun en serti neyse onu kendimize saplayarak bu ilin geleceğine ilişkin, evlatlarımıza, torunlarımıza ilişkin en doğru neyse onu yapalım. Arkadaşlar orada şifre aslında çok da zor değil. Koruma kullanma dengesi. Mutlak koruma nedir? Biz burayı kapatalım, bir Allah'ın kulu bile buraya gelmesin. Mutlak koruma. Mutlak kullanma nedir? Arkadaş hazır fırsatını bulduk, dibine kadar kullanalım. Ne olursa olsun. Bu iki marjinal ucun arasında koruma kullanma dengesi dediğimiz Rize'mizin coğrafyasına, fiziki yapısına, Allah'ın bu ile lütfettiği bu güzelliklerin bize imkan tanıdığı optimal sayılardaki insanla bizim buranın turizmini korumamız, geliştirmemiz ve o anlamda kullanmamız lazım. Bunu örneklendireyim. Geçen önemli bir hava yolunun başkanı geldi. Aynı zamanda yanında turizmciler var. Bir yerde aramızda belki o an olanlar vardır, konuşuyoruz. Bir yerde şu örneği verdi. Belediye Başkanımız Rahmi Bey falan da var. Sayın Valim, işte bize şunları sağlayın gibi şeyler söyleniyor. Tabii bizim onlarla sürekli temasımız oluyor. Bakın diyor şu illerde, il ismi veriyor. Adım atsanız, iğneyi atsanız diyor yere düşmüyor. O kadar çok turist var. Ben de ona şunu söyledim. Tam da benim işaret etmek istediğim noktaya dokundum. İşte tam da benim istemediğim şey bu. Adım, iğne atsanız yere düşmeyecek kadar turistin bu ilde olduğunu düşünün. Bence biz böyle bir şey istemiyoruz. Ya bizim istediğimiz bu değil. Sermayemiz çok güçlü. Olması gereken ne varsa bizde en muhteşemi var. Bakın o bahsettiğim yerleri görmüş biri olarak zikrediyorum. Olması gerekenin en muhteşemi bu ilde var. Dolayısıyla ne olmalı? Allah buraya bir de bu güzellikle beraber bir hacim vermiş. O hacme uygun sayıda insan. Düşünün şimdi Pokut'a günde 5000 kişinin girdiğini. 3 yıl içerisinde elimizde Pokut diye bir yer kalmaz. Dolayısıyla bu güçlü sermayeyi en verimli, en ekonomik, en güzel şekilde değerlendirmemiz lazım. Özetle 100 kişinin gelip de 1000 lira kazandıracağı yerse, ekonomik olarak değerlendiriyorsak, bizim için 10 kişi gelsin, biz o 10 kişiden 1000 lirayı kazanalım. Bizim sermayemiz buna yeter. Biraz sonra göreceksiniz. Dolayısıyla bu mantık çerçevesinde hareket edilmesi gerektiğini düşünüyorum ve geldim geleli de aman önce güzel planlar diyorum. Epey bir süre oldu. Gayret ettik. Belki biz koordine ettik ama içerisinde çok insanın emeği var. Birincisi işte İl Genelmesi Başkanımız İbrahim Türüt Bey ve meclis üyesi arkadaşlar. Her biri ilgisinden, desteğinden, gayretinden ve katkılarından son derece mutluyum. Çünkü biz bu planları kırsalda yaptık. Belediye ile ilgili konuştuğumuz konularda belediye başkanlarından ne verim alıyorsam hepsini meclis üyelerinden aldım. İl Özel İdaremiz, bürokratlarımız yani kendi evinin işini yaparcasına sarıldı. Onlara da teşekkür ediyorum. İlgili yerdeki kaymakam arkadaşlar ekiplerini çok iyi koordine etti. Bana göre çok güzel çalıştılar. İlgili yerlerde belediye ile ilgili bölümler varsa orada da yine belediye başkanları gayet güzel çalıştılar ve çok iyi bir firmayla çalıştık. Yani yaptığımız değerlendirmeler, yürüyeceğimiz yoldaki uyum hem ülkeyi, hem bölgeyi, hem ili, hem de dünyayı bize en güzelliğiyle gösterebilecek diye bir noktadan hareket ettiğimiz için gerçekten profesyonel ve gayet iyi anladığımız ve anlaştığımız bir firmayla çalıştık. Sırf alanda kıymetli arkadaşlarım, sadece fiziki yapı değil, esen rüzgarın esme hızından tutun da karın o bölgede kalma süresine, yağmurun yağdığı şiddetten tutun da ilgili yerdeki muhtemel yeraltı kaynaklarına, oranın ulaşım ağlarından tutun da kaldırabileceği insan hacmine kadar bütün bileşenler değerlendirilerek bu planlar elde edildi ve süreç içerisinde hep yerel bileşenlerle beraber hareket edildi. Nasip oldu. 2 ay kadar evvel Turizm Bakanımız gelince de, tabii kendisi aynı zamanda Sayın Bakanımız sektörden olduğu için bu çalışmalarımızdan bahsettik. Bazı görselleri de gösterdik. O kadar hoşuna gitti ki Sayın Valim dedi 3 bölgeyi de ben planlayayım. Aslında o 2 dedi ama bizim zorumuzda 3 oldu. Bugün İbrahim Başkanımın dediği planları göreceğiz ama sırada Kültür Turizm Müdürümüz onu koordine ediyor, Esra Hanım. Bundan sonra Senoz Vadimiz, Ambarlık bölgemiz, ve Çayeli Kuspa bölgemiz. O da Turizm Bakanlığımız tarafından. Onu şimdi çalışıyorlar. Ya bize kaynağını aktararak veyahut da kendileri bizzat planlatarak 3 yeni master planımız da orada olacak ve etaplar halinde buna devam edeceğiz. Bir taraftan bunları yaparken bir taraftan da doğamızı, güzelliklerimizi hep beraber korumayla ilgili faaliyetlerimiz de devam ediyor ve edecek. Kıymetli arkadaşlar, onu da ifade etmiş olayım. İsmini saydığım, emeğe geçen herkese çok teşekkür ediyorum. Böyle bir güzelliği ülkeme ve bu ile bahşettiği için Yüce Rabbime binlerce kez hamd ediyorum. Bize bu sohbeti, bu toplantıyı ve bu planları yaptırabilecek bir coğrafyada bizleri yaşattığı için. Ve bir taraftan birçok işin de devam ettiğini de ifade edeyim. Onu da belki bir iki cümle söylemem lazım. İşte Cüneyt Bey burada, Milli Parklar Bölge Müdürümüz, işte en son Hemşin şelalelerine gittik, gördük. Harika şeyler oluyor. Şimdi bazı bölgelerimizde çalışmalar, yani devletin yaptığı işler anlamında söylüyorum. Bakın sadece Türkiye'nin değil, dünyanın en güzel havalimanlarından biri Rize'ye ve Rize turizmine kazandırıldı. Sadece bir olan coğrafi işaretli ürün sayımız 14'e çıktı. Hatta bazı iller bize bu ürünü niye Rize adına tescillediniz diye sitem ettikleri oluyor. Master planlarımız yapıldı. Birçok alanda turizm uygulama oteli yaptırıyoruz. Kolay olmuyor bunları koparmak. Şimdi yatak kapasitesini 45'e çıkarıyoruz. Ve işte bir taraftan havalimanına entegre yollarımızın yapımı, bir taraftan yeni destinasyonların oluşturulması gibi çalışmalara da hep beraber devam ediyoruz. Bu şehrin kaderi dediğim gibi çayla beraber turizmde olacaktır. Ama şunu özellikle ifade edeyim. Ne kamunun tek başına bunu yürütmesi mümkün değil. Yani tek başına kamu bunu yürütemez. Maddi eksiklikten falan değil. İşin tabiatı gereği. Yerel işin içinde olmadan, sektör temsilcileri işin içinde olmadan kamu bunu alıp götüremez. Kamu kamuya ait işleri yapar. Ne yerel yönetimler tek başına bu işin altından kalkabilir, ne de turizm sektörü tek başına bu işin altından kalkabilir. Dolayısıyla tamamen el birliği, gönül birliği, işbirliği ve koordinasyon sağlamamız gereken bir sektör ve çalışma alanıdır. O noktada bundan sonra bugüne kadar yaptığımız güzel uyum ve birlikteliği devam ettireceğimizden de şüphemiz yoktur diyorum. Ve güzel planları, birbirinden güzel planları hep beraber incelemek için sözlerimi tamamlıyorum. Katıldığınızdan dolayı hepinize teşekkür ediyorum. Emeği geçen herkese tekrar teşekkür ediyorum. İnşallah 15-20 yıl sonra bunların somut çıktılarını en tepeye ulaşmış halde görürüz diye ümidimi ve duamı da belirterek hepinize saygılarımı sunuyorum.
Evet, doğasıyla, suyuyla, havasıyla, yaylalarıyla gerçekten muhteşem bir coğrafyaya sahibiz ki Sayın Valimiz Kemal Çeber çok güzel ifade etti Rize'mizi, bölgemizi ve bu projede emeği, katkısı gerçekten çok fazla. Huzurlarınızda kendisine bir kez daha teşekkür etmek istiyorum efendim. Şimdi de konuşmalarını yapmak üzere Doppelmayr Türkiye Genel Müdürü Fırat Çetinkaya'yı alkışlarınızla kürsüye davet etmek istiyorum.
Sayın Valim, Sayın Belediye Başkanlarım, Sayın İl Genel Meclis Başkanım, Sayın Avusturya Ticaret Ataşı ve siz değerli konuklar, herkese merhaba demek istiyorum. Öncelikle bu güzel çalışmada bizlere güvendiğiniz için sizlere canı yürekten çok fazla teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Yani umarım beğenmişsinizdir. Biz çok severek ve çok isteyerek çalıştık. Ve ilk başta ben size hani Doppelmayr Garaventa Grup kimdir? Biz kimiz? Onu tanıtmak istiyorum. Aslında çok daha kısa kesmek için, yani sizleri çok daha güzel sunumlarla baş başa bırakmak için ilk başta video izletmek istedim. Doppelmayr Garaventa Grup'a baktığımız zaman biz yaklaşık olarak 128 yıllık bir firmayız. 4 kuşak aile firmasıyız. Halatla taşımacılık üstüne kurulmuş bir firmayız ve en büyük özelliğimiz her zaman iz bırakan olmak. Hiçbir zaman için iz takip etmeyiz. Yani bu sayede de birçok şeyin öncülüğünü yapmış bir firmayız. Ve halatlı taşımacılık sektöründen geldikten sonra bu dağların her zaman kullanımını veya bu turizm alanlarının her zaman 365 gün nasıl kullanabileceğimizi öğrenmek için başka bir firma kurduk. Yine bir kendi iştirakımız, bu master plan işlerini yapan ve input firması kuruldu. Bunlarla beraber halatlı taşımacılıkla master planını bir araya getirmiş olduk. Yani neleri yaptığımızı çok fazla anlatmadan zaten tüm ürünlerimiz belli oluyor. Demek istediğim, her zaman için en üst seviyede neler yapabiliriz, hep kendimizle yarışan bir firmayız yine. En büyük sektörlerimiz dağ sektörü, tabii ki kayak merkezleri. Daha sonra ilgi çekici noktalara ulaşım. Şu an en büyük trendlerden biri gerçekten kentsel ulaşımlar. Ve onun dışında da malzeme taşımacılığı nasıl olur diye. Tüm ürünlerimizi anlatmadan hani yenilikçi ürünlerle bu özellikle teleferikleri sadece kışın kullanmadan hani yazın da nasıl kullanabileceğimize yönelik yeni geliştirilmiş sistemler, işte insanlar gibi bisikletleri taşıyabilmek. Tabii ki her sistemde illa bir kapalı kabine ihtiyaç olmadan nasıl yapabileceğimiz, hani onları gösterip. Daha sonra grubun hacmini anlatmak istersem, Doppelmayr Garaventa Grup, Doppelmayr'dan oluşuyor. Garaventa, kabin üreticimiz CWA, sandalyeleri yaptığımız Gassner firması, dediğim gibi master plan firmamız Input ve lojistik firmamız LTW. Bunların birleşiminden oluşan bir firmayız. Yaklaşık dünya çapında 15.300, hatta şu an 15.400 tane tesisimiz oldu. En büyük özelliklerimizden biri, saatte her gün 12 milyon insan taşıyoruz güvenli şekilde. Dünyanın neredeyse her tarafındayız. 96 ülkede müşteri veya temsilcilik her şeyimiz var. Onun dışında dünya çapında yaklaşık 3200 çalışanımız var. Bunun neredeyse yarısı Avusturya, İsviçre'de. Üretim tesislerimiz Avusturya, İsviçre, bazı parçalar Fransa ve İtalya, Kanada ve Amerika'da yine o pazar için ve Çin'de sadece Çin pazarı için bir fabrikamız var. Onun dışında tüm ürünlerimiz know-how ve güvenlik gerektirdiği için sadece Avusturya ve İsviçre'den geliyor. Hani şu an için gerçekten bugün bizi hareket ettirenler ne yapmamız gerekiyor? En basiti kentleşme çok çoğalmış durumda. Sürdürülebilir bir şeyler olması gerekiyor. Her şey sürdürülebilir olması gerekiyor. Çünkü yapıp sadece bir sezonluk veya kısa bir dönem için olması gerekmiyor. Her zaman sürdürülebilir bir şeylere ihtiyacımız var. Yani bu turizm için de geçerli, ulaşım için de geçerli, her şey için geçerli. Onun dışında da en büyük çağımızın gerektiği dijitalleşme. Ve bunun için yeni çözümler üretmeye başladık. Mesela en basiti, normalde halatlı taşımacılıkta her zaman operatörlere ihtiyacımız vardır. Ama bizim yeni geliştirdiğimiz sistemlerle artık mürettebatsız, Aura dediğimiz otonom şekilde aynı bir metro sistemi gibi düşünün. Hareket eden teleferiklere ulaşabildik. Daha sonra kayak merkezleri veya herhangi bir yerde her şeyin entegre olması gerekiyor, birlikte olması gerekiyor. Bunun için yeni ürünler çıkardık. Beni dinlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Ben sadece firmayı kısaca tanıtmak istedim. Ama asıl çok daha güzel sunumlara, burada çok emeği geçen arkadaşıma ben sahneyi devredeceğim. Ondan önce de ben tekrar hepinize çok teşekkür ediyorum. Değerli vaktinizi bana ayırdınız. Çok sağ olun.
Ben bugün burada heyecanlı bir ben değilmişim, onu anladım gerçekten. Proje gerçekten çok önemli, bölgemiz için çok kıymetli, çok çalışıldı, çok emek verildi ve ben huzurlarınızda emeği geçen herkese gerçekten yürekten teşekkür ediyorum efendim. Şimdi de konuşmalarını yapmak üzere konsept master planını anlatmak için Input Proje Genel Müdürü Hanne Strebnik'i huzurlarınızda kürsüye davet ediyorum.
This one, yep, check. So, good afternoon. Unfortunately, I'm not so good in Turkish, so I have to make the presentation in English. Hopefully you can follow. So you understand everything? Yes, thank you so much. Nice to be here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Thank you, all the delegates. Thank you, Mr. Vice Governor. Thank you to be here, Commissioner from Austria. Nice to be here, that you join with us. Thank you for at the end, I want to thank you for contracting us for the 4 points of interest for tourism master planning here in Rize. We started 1 year ago, so we tried to make a good master plan here. We started to, let's say, from the scratch. I just opened the presentation, so we got it. And so good. And the first, what I want to present to you today is the master plan of Çifte Köprü and Ovid in the district Kizdere. So I have not much time. I thought that I have more time, but some slides I will go a little bit faster because it's not so interesting. So you see how deep we worked. But the most important will be maybe at the end the summary of the movie. And then you will see everything and in a nice view. We started here to go to Çifte Köprü and to Ovid, we saw that it is a high potential to put anything here. First, it was Çifte Köprü, Meles, and we found a valley which we didn't know what to do first there because it is really a virtual valley, but we found really fast, we found out that this valley is very valuable. We have a lot of things there. Double bridge is a lot of things there, natural products, fish farming, honey, all these things, the productions you find there. It is well known for carpentries also, and it is a hidden appearance of this village. It is very hidden, and the planning should be very ecotouristic and authentical. This is most important for us. We are not planning Walt Disney or other amusement parks. We like to find out what is the culture there, what is the tradition there, and what we can strengthen. Structural measures must be made in harmony with the nature. This was the first aim for this. How we are working in the master plans. First of all, we make a vision. After this vision, we go ahead with the strategic. And at the end, if we have the vision and the strategic, then we go ahead with the offers, with the opportunities, what to do there. And in the first point, we found out that Çifte Köprü is made for a special vision. That is, it is the health valley. Who visits Çifte Köprü for one or more days will be able to bring his body and soul in harmony, strengthen the health, well-being with the power of the nature. It is very trendy nowadays to go in this direction, and I think we have to be very trendy in the tourism sector here in Turkey. Also important is that the Arabic guests, which are very invited, very welcomed here, they are interested in such a kind of future tourism aims. Also in investing and in visiting. So we found this valley and we saw that it is very hidden, sometimes shady, but we found out this is not a disadvantage. We can make it like a hidden valley, which is the health valley. We tried to form something special in that unknown valley. The idea was to redesign the urban situation and to bring daily guests as well as overnight guests to here. On this side, I have to tell you that not only building hotels and apartments is important, you need anything to do there. That means you need to have some opportunities, some offers. Then, of course, the people want to stay overnight and for a longer time. The village is more or less not that maybe identical than in Deremesra, but it is dedicated for health, for the fresh air, for the products you have there. And we had to find a new topic there, and this was the health valley. I will go through the slides that you see how we made the master plans. So at first, we started from the beginning that, let's say, how to arrive there. What are the main traffics to go there in Çifte Köprü? It is divided into areas, public and more private. If you approach to the valley and to Çifte Köprü, first of all, you have to cover and to have some offers for the daily people. To go there, arriving, you have adventure areas, relaxing areas, integrated into the nature, most important. Not bringing something from China and plastic things, so we have to build with our own carpenters some, let's say, playgrounds in wood and in stone. Main constructions here you see, and daily visitors needs to be caught at the beginning. That means at the beginning, of course, we have already, let's say, a center. It is a center for the daily people, and if you go more deeper into the valley, then you will find for the longer stay guests more silent and relaxing area. At first, we have here to make a center next to the river. Daily visitors needs to be catched here. They will find, first of all, arriving on a parking lot, having their market, agriculture market, local things to sell there. The local people should sell their own products, what they have there in the valley, and then go on next to the river and find a lot of opportunities. For example, here's the parking area. We have to find several points that the people that we don't want to go with the cars more around the area. We want to go to make centers for the parking. Dividing the access flow to one-day and multi-day visitors. It should be also a day visitor center building. And you know, honey is one of the most famous there in this valley. And so we wanted to build there like a symbol, a big bee. We need the entrance square. And as I told you, of course, a nature organic market. Extendable to maybe 12 and later to more booths, selling of traditional, regional and organic foods. Event markets spread over the season will special topics, for example, for this honey and bee market. Old women's knowledge can give to their visitors all their knowledge about this product. I think you know what are the traditional things there. You can also sell the herbal medicine, or you can learn from natural organic cosmetics you can find there. This is a picture from the beginning. If you go there, you will get there the river center, next to the water. It will be like a magnet. The people are really, they're pulling them to come there, forming a center for daily visitors with restaurant, playgrounds next to the river. River restaurant with a terrace. We checked this maybe for 190 square meters for 50 or 70 seats. Later you can extend, of course. Large terrace with river view. Modern style fitting into the village design also, sometimes. Kitchen, interior seating area, because sometimes it's also raining there, so we have to find places to sit inside. High quality gastronomy with a focus on regional, organic and health dishes. But on the other part, we need something for the children, for the families. We think that we need their nature playground. Children nowadays don't move like they should in former days. They are sitting in front of computers or whatever, so we want to bring them more into the nature. Motoric parkours, high rope activities in between the trees, but everything in a natural design. Different levels of difficulty. It could be also for adults and also for children, of course, so that the father can do that with their children and can use that. You can do that with a guidance, or you can do that for your own. Next to the river, we want to put there a river trail, a trail along the river on both sides, that the people can go around with some nice views, with several kinds of special gardens around, learn about the leaves, learn about the plantings, find out new things, places to rest, to relax, and experience existing elements. It can look like in different ways, like this. These are some examples we special planned here. Of course, you have horse riding, we have to include these animal farms, additional activities for families, interactive nature trails, of course. You go to the nature, learn from the nature, and you get all the skills there. Lake activities, sitting next to the lake, having fun, fishing. Everything what already is existing, we want to bring there the people to do it in a special way and in a guided way. Maybe you have also next to the river take a bath in warm water. It is really, could be like a thermal water. Or you can go for nature camping, center buildings, bow hunting. And we also tried to redesign the mosque there. The area around the mosque is really special and we need to give them a special honor. So different kind of facilities and elements will be put around the mosque, which is already existing, and we want to create a place to stay there and to spend your time there. Special places sitting there, and also you have the connection to the riverside all the time. If you go deeper into the valley, and if you drive ahead, then you come to another area which is on the left side, on the southern area slope. We will find there a villa apartment area, accommodations area. First with the Villa Natura, different villas, different accommodations, various kind of apartments. Different expansion phases should grow. Special bungalows dedicated to different topics. So it will start with the first phase, of course, and then you can go ahead with the next phases, which are different in their designs maybe and also in their content. Everything what we need is included here. Reception building, restaurant building, cafe building, wellness, fitness, and of course, maybe for this village or for this apartment area also a mosque. Animal farm. For the first phase we started with 45 pieces of villas, but of course we can expand them to more. Body and soul is important for this area. So we find there a recreation area, sitting there next to the lake, having really a nice feeling, nice into the landscape embedded. But also in different kind of designs. And it should work in winter time, of course. So we have to do a 365 tourism area. Special designs, these are the kind of designs we planned here, special offer, usable for all seasons. And maybe you saw in front of our ballroom, and you will see on the left side, we have also created a special design for apartments in this area. It will be a villa bee house resort. What is that? It is an apartment which looks like a bee house. You can sit inside, you can sleep inside and outside. Different places on the slope, partly into the wood, into the forest. Of course, all around you have body and soul, walking trails. You have, of course, So good. I go immediately to the next master plan, and maybe I feel also really good there because you know Austria is a country with a lot of skiers, famous there, and in Ovid we found a wonderful place, a playground for me and for us to make anything special into the mountain, and this will be in Ovid, which is not far away from Çifteköprü and also not more than some minutes from the capital. And yeah, Ovid, it is 40 minutes from the town, Ikiztere, and it is best dedicated for winter area, in our opinion. Unique beauty in a quiet place, where for the people relax in the winter time, but still also in summertime. A lot of activities they are doing there already, and so we found out we need a special vision, and the special vision will be all-season mountain resort. The area of Ovid will be created to a state-of-the-art all-season mountain play resort. Really mountain play resort. It will be not the biggest and the best ski resort, but for the families and for the people taking time there in the mountains, it will be best state-of-the-art, or should be, or will be the best in the state-of-the-art resort. The focus will be on mountain sports, activities. People can come there, can visit within a day trip, and well, as within also multi-day visit, of course. Adventure, nature experience, and exploring, and family mountain experience. You know the area maybe, and when we come there from the seaside, we have here the tunnel under the area. It is, it could be a modern winter resort in the future. We found there a scattered settlement. It is already, some buildings are staying there, and we have to take care that it will be not scattered too much. On both sides we can put slopes, and the road is now splitting this area. So we found out we need to connect this both sides. That means we need from one side to another side the connection, so we put there a tunnel under the area. So all the facilities you find there, it will include it into the new center above the road, above the tunnel, a parking and access to the center as a settled ground, less traffic in the middle. That means everything should start from the center. All the roadways going up, or all the hotels and accommodations around. You see already it's in winter time as well as in summertime. With some buildings, with parking area, with day visitor center buildings, with rentals for skiing, for equipment building, nature playground, lake restaurant, picnic, barbecuing, different hiking trails around, rental and sports equipment shops, supermarkets, of course also medical stores. And of course, to come up to the mountain, to the top, we need the roadways going there starting from the center. And also in summertime, you can use the roadways for biking trails coming up with the bikes. So this is a short overview of the master plan in winter time as well as in summertime. In both seasons, it should work. In both seasons, we have to find there, let's say, a center in the mountain with all facilities you need for that. Some images, the overview of the houses different styles made of wood, squares where the people can meet, places for playgrounds with water in the middle as a lake, climbing, and special, let's say, family places. Winter time as well as in summertime, you can find this in this area. The accommodations will be hotel, 4-star hotel, 2 4-star hotel, 1 3-star hotel, apartment, chalet hotel. We want to put there a hotel, 4-star hotel for 600 beds, 3-star hotels for 300 beds, apartments for about 170 to 200 beds. In total, we have 1,000 beds there available. So it will be, not more or less a big resort becoming in the future. We have there the other facilities, the other buildings, which are the lake restaurant, the village restaurant, which we have 2 of them, and with a capacity of 120 seats, 200 seats, and so on. I go really fast through this, let's say, data because it is more in detail behind. For you, it is more interesting that we have here a really full living and working winter resort. Ski slopes, of course, beginner areas. We need to put there and bring the children to learn skiing in a playful way, with easy coming up and easy going down with flat slopes. Of course, snow activities is important. We are well known about that, and if it is ice skating, or if you have ski-do area places, or if you have for the snow touches, the touring, downhill touring. Already they are doing these activities with the huskies, with the dogs, and also we can do maybe kiting and cross-country skiing. So you see, it will be an all-season resort for family summer and also for winter and summertime. In the summertime you play not with snow, you play with water. Different styles. These are some examples we already realized in other parts in the world and also most in Austria. So it will be a water play pass, for example, that they create, that we can create, and it will be interactive. It will not only running down the water, you have to play with the water. You have to climb, and you have to find also interactive family trails. Telling the story about the area, telling the story and the legends about the area. And natural mountain lakes. You have already some glacier lakes over there on the top, and you will find this maybe also nearby to the center. This is right now the skiing for summer, mountain biking. You can go up with the ropeway and can go down with a different level with the mountain bikes. Also for beginners in a flat area or downhilling. The other things, hiking trails and mountain ride tours are obvious. We have to put there and also to offer. And what I learned is it is very important to have here a plateau for festivals. It is already working there, and we have already festivals in Ovid, but I think we have to keep this also there. Yeah, it will be a summer and winter resort, which we want to put there, and it could look like with a lot of activities on the mountain. It could be there in Ovid, an all-season mountain resort.
Evet kıymetli konuklar, programımız devam ediyor. Çünkü Rize'nin güzelliklerini anlatmakla tüketemeyeceğimiz için enerji depolamak ve yenilenmek için şimdi sizleri 15 dakikalık molamıza davet ediyorum. Lobide ikramlıklarımız bulunuyor sizler için. Ardından Handüzü ve Dere Mezra tanıtım sunumuyla Sayın Trepnik'i yeniden kürsüye davet edeceğiz efendim.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead. Thank you very much for listening to me for the next some minutes, and I will try to go really fast through all this presentation. You know, all what I presented today to you, this is a shortcut. So they push me all the time, I have to go really fast, but it is not so easy to go fast through this work. You know, we had a lot of work behind. But I tried my best, and in the summary at the end, in the movie, you see all the, let's say, all the things once again, so you can imagine. By the way, I want to thank you for, and thank the organization behind. Thank you very much for making all the printouts. You see all the renderings from the master planning. All these things we planned, and the facilities are showed here around, and then next also in the dinner room and outside. So if you have questions afterwards, please don't hesitate to come to me, and I will answer all the questions behind. In this way, right now it is not possible to go really into detail, but I try. But the next thing is, of course, it is one which is really a favorite here also in this master planning. It will be the journey from Gunesu to Handüzü. It is special, Gunesu, a special place where we arrive from the seaside, and it is not far away from the new airport, so 20 minutes, and then we start a journey. We start the journey in Gunesu, and from Gunesu then we go the whole valley up to the plateau of Handüzü. So it will be an adventurous and exciting journey to the plateau. Several stations we will find there on the way. You know, Qibladai, the mosque, it is an existing highlight already. And we think we have to put this highlight more into focus. With a wonderful view we have there, with a valley behind, and you have a wonderful view to the sea, to the Black Sea, and the 360 degrees sea around, and the view around. The intention and the idea is now also, in the next phase, to connect the valley with this place. Not to drive with your car up in a, let's say, really, it is not easy to drive up, and not for everybody it's nice to drive with a car up, so you can go with another kind of transportation. We will see later on. The road to Handüzü will be completely rebuilt in the future. And what we have also in the valley, there is a lake planned. You see it on the right side here, in Asmelamak. If you go up, you will find an 80-kilometer route, and then you go ahead. If you pass the mosque area and the valley, you go up, and on the way you have different places. It's a development, and all these places are developments into a year-round family adventure park in the nature. The plateau welcomes hundreds of people already there, and we want to build that the people also come there, not only in summertime like it is now, so also in wintertime. Nature lovers coming there, and the nature lovers will find there maybe an adventurous place, a snow adventure world, which can be created there. It will be let's say, a snow-touching place. It is not a skiing place itself, it is really a snow-touching place for the family's fun and games, for children's and snow without, in the snow without skis. So we found our vision, and our vision for Günesu to Handüsü, the route, we thought that it is a special journey, the Günesu mountain journey from the city of Günesu to Handüsü. A variety of natural sites are created along the Günesu to Handüsü route, from relaxing nature experience, view, nature exploring, sports activities, recreation, and of course we need accommodation there. Everybody will find their personal favorite. Everybody can find anything, maybe for in a sportive way or in a playful way or only for relaxing. With a special focus, what we have here on a year-round development and ecologically and socially sustainable orientation. How we will bring this into realization? So you see, this will be the route from Handüsü through the valley up to from Günesu up to Handüsü. So we have different points, and on these different points we have different experiences. Günesu itself, when we start with the first point in Günesu, it is more or less a hub. It is the starting point, a start of the journey. You can leave your car there and use a shuttle bus or transport for your further journey. There are already existing plans to recreate this and to redesign this area next to the river, and they are working on that. The new plannings at the center will be included into the whole master plan here. Günesu will be the first center point along the journey, and then you go to Asmalamak at the lake, and then further to Handüsü. Along the river, you will find different places, nature places. They will be created to have a rest nearby the water. You find there fishes, you find there cascades, you find there wonderful places, and in these places we want to put nearby the lakes some restaurants where you can feel the water, where you can have the experience with the strength of the water. Not in a bad way we had in the past, but in a good way when you have the time to relax there. And if you go ahead with the road, then you arrive at Smelamak New Lake area, we called this. This area will be an experience for nature-seeking visitors, as well as for visitors who want to get closer to the culture and also handicraft. That means you have different things to explore there. A lake with footpath, with restaurant, with a living market. This new center point in Asmulamak will be different to other ones. Here's the overview of the new lake area with a lot of activities around the lake, with platforms, with restaurant, with picnic places, and it is nearby and good accessible from the road. This lake, it is an artificial lake, but it should look like a natural lake later on, in an easy, and it is easy accessible from the areas around. We have here different places with playing with water, fountains, special playgrounds, and what we have also, it should be, or it could be, a special attraction like a zip line. That means special, let's say a special ride you can experience, flying with your parents or the children with their parents to fly above the area. It is so-called a sky glider. It is natural, it is hanging on a rope, it is pulling you back on the top from the lakeside, and if you're arriving at the top, then you can slide down and fly down with this sky glider. So it will be an experience for everybody. First of all, going back, having fun, look around, not in a very speedy way, really slowly. And it is for everyone, not in a zip lining, what you have in other places that you need a lot of things around and only one by one has to fly down. Here you can have this experience with your whole family. So you go back and then you fly down the mountain. And you have the feeling that you are like a bird. If you go up, it is about 20 kilometers per hour, and then if you go down, it is 70 kilometers per hour. So it is just not a really tough ride, so it is really for the family, but in an adventurous way you can have this flying experience. So you see the view from the mountain going down to the lakeside. If you go around in the lakeside, you will find there some booths, some huts, living handicraft, copper market will be there, a place for tradition, show the special copper of handicraft. Guests can also try for themselves how to produce that. It will be in the same way an exhibition there. And we learned there are a lot of handworks we find in this area. So the people, they are used to do that. They can learn to the people, to the guests, how to do different things. Of course, in a playful way. Obvious is, of course, that we have relaxed places nearby the lake, maybe also some fun vehicles on the lake, like these pumper boats. So the visitor can go close to the water and can have the feeling with the water. Maybe you can make a picnic on the water and can sit there and can swim around and go around the lake. In the night, we will have water shows in the water with fountains, with lights, with music, and of course it should maybe also tell a story about the valley, the legends of the valley. On the lake we have stages where we can put the bands, some different musicians, and they can play also folk music. A lake restaurant with about 50 to 70 seats, traditional, modern style maybe. And all around the lake we have a path walking along the lake where you can find barbecue places. Barbecue places really integrated into the nature. On the lake we think we have to put some special sculptures. For these sculptures we will hire an artist, a local artist. He can put there a special sculpture, it can be seen from the street, and with water fountains maybe nearby, or it will be illuminated in the night. Not far away we have a water fountain, a water cascade, a waterfall, and we want to put here wooden places to have a view to the waterfall and to listen to the waterfall. When we are in Asmelamak and we want to go on to Kibledai, to the mosque, we can go by car, but why we don't go with a ropeway? This is a system, this ropeway system is a cheap ropeway system with 2 cabins which are going up and down at the same time. It is a connection between the valley and directly going up to the mosque area. Here you can see where the lake will be located and where the roadway will go up. The telepheric is a part of the experience here. So you can leave your cars here, you can have the experience at the lake, and then you can go up to the mosque. And on the mosque, of course, you have a wonderful view. This is, when I was the first time there, I was impressed. And I am still impressed when I go there. And I think we have to put this more into focus. When we go up, we will find there, or we have to put there a roadway system, which is on the starting level on 700 meters, and the top level will be on 1072. So we have, like, let's say, a layout length about 1 kilometer. And this system with different kind of cabins, which maybe also designed cabins. It will be a minimal footprint because the station is really small, and it is anyway a good performance with high winds. If it is windy in the valley, it doesn't make problems. A few towers. We will only put 1 or 2 towers there, and that's all. No impact into the nature. But you can, as the same like you saw before, the zip line, you can fly from the lake up to the mosque. The station we can plan in different ways, so it could be look like this, made in wood or maybe concrete, or we put a special material there. This should be in a tradition, in my opinion, in a traditional style. Also the towers we can design special, and of course the cabins, they should have maybe a glass on the floor, at the floor. So you can look through your floor down to the lake and down to the nature. If you go ahead and you are then on the very top, you find there the mosque. We will arrive the area over there on this area. We have here already existing restaurant, existing handicraft booths or huts, and if you go up, then you have the mosque itself as a highlight. 360 view should be also maybe played in the restaurant. So we tried to make a restaurant which is turning. The Qibla, I think you know that, is the direction. And we want to play with the Qibla also here. The direction. Always get the right direction to that you need. And it will be played also with the, let's say, the major directions around. The design is one proposal here. It should be designed with a special idea, of course. The VIP guests maybe have different and extra accesses, and if you go inside, you sit there, and in 1 hour you will have one turn around. So if you can go there having a tea, having chai, you can sit there and then you can have a look outside. And if you're talking and you look outside again, oh, it's another view. And so we want to play with that. Of course, all around it should be in glass, and also in a foggy season or in a foggy time, it will be an own experience. Let's go for the next point of interest. We go to the accommodation. If you go for a journey, of course you want to stay overnight, maybe in the middle of the mountain. And if you are in the middle of the mountain, then you are more or less, have the feeling that you are really in the nature. And the area for the prime quality accommodation will be in a different price categories for several kind of budget groups, of course. That means we have here found an area in between the area between the road, on the road up to Handelsü, where we planned a special, let's say, accommodation area. A boutique hotel for 4-star for younger couples and group of friends in the higher price segment. 50 rooms, not that much, but also integrated into the nature. The footprint is not really high, so you see here, and also in the renderings, that it will be more or less a boutique hotel integrated. Very nice, with a pool in front of, with barbecue areas around, and then also nearby we think we can put there an eco resort. Also for people, they can spend their time with a low budget, but also enjoying the quality of other luxury experiences. An eco resort apartment 3-star superior. Stay overnight with your family or with your children there. For the starting point, 35 pieces, but you can expand, of course. The footprint is only 64 square meters. And you can put also a 3-star superior resort there, which is much lower than in a price-wise than the other one. Nature close log cabins with a big terrace and close to the nature integrated. In front of that, you need maybe a small lake, a relaxed area, nature places, a restaurant, a center building, of course, and everything should be easy accessible. A center building where you can also find playgrounds around. Walking around, relaxing, and really enjoy the fresh air in the mountain. Not far away, people are coming also with caravan. Caravan camping is very, very famous. In Europe, I think they are increasing like 40% the last years. Of course, because of the pandemic, it was supporting that. So the caravan camping will be a part of this area between or on the road to Handelsü. An area between the trees, between the mountain, and every caravan will have his own nice view. We found a place where every caravan can go there, having a nice view, and can look into the valleys, and it will be above the fog, above in the higher level. Of course, you need some activities around, a rental building where you can rent the bikes and also quads. And for this, special for bikes and for people that are walking, we have the next phase. This offers a good opportunity for mountain sports activity between these both areas, from the accommodation area to the Handelsü plateau. E-vehicles like e-bikes, hiking and biking trails beside. So we will start from the accommodation area the whole way up and then arriving the place of Handelsü plateau, and this we can use for more action. Let's say for people, they can go by car, but people also divided to the street going by hiking and biking. Besides, maybe the people want to stop, then they can make a stop on the parking places next to the street. So it should be created in a way that is really in harmonious with the nature. So the underground should be, very natural site, and it should have maybe some points in between. Let's say some viewing points which we put more into focus, where you can rest, relax, and find maybe some places to lay down and having a wonderful view. One place will be the Falcon Bistro or Atmaja place. That means Atmaja, you know, this kind of word. This will be on a special place where you have a view next to the mosque. It's a special place with a platform, and on this platform we put a restaurant and a small bistro where you can have a coffee, a chai, and can sit there and can have this special view. So we pass this place and then we go ahead and then really we arrive Handesü Plateau. Handesü will be converted in a holistic family adventure area, embedded in the scenery of the surrounding mountains. All elements on the area has to be planned in a way that, of course, summer and winter use is obvious. This is the master plan. Then you come up there, you have a parking area, arriving, you have a bottom center area with a small lift, with a small rope where you come up to the top, and you can use the hill activities on the other side. You will have a hilltop plateau with activities, and you have also an expansion area to the existing apartment area. This one is the existing area here. This will be for summertime and, of course, a winter phase. Handesü Plateau, the overview, and you see we will build first a center area where the children can find a lot of activities around. It will be for winter and summertime. That means everything should work in both seasons. An area filled with a lot of activities to go up on the mountain, sliding down, driving down, and find a special center. And this special center is, of course, you have to put there a restaurant, and you have to get their rentals for the bikes. You need to find there a water play pond, like these activities you see here. We planned already in other areas. This is an example of our plannings in Austria. The people can find there a small lake and can play with that lake on the mountain. A sand play area, treasure hunting maybe, special designed, special treasures you can find there, and other adventure activities. Of course, rope tower, tubings in winter time, and in summertime you will see later on. So sliding down the slopes, and the same as we had in the other project, summer family activities. Mountain biking, water play passes. The same, I told you, summer and winter time. In the winter time, of course, we have playing with snow, so it will be more or less the snow touching, ice skating, and all these activities you can find and can do in the winter time. Right now it is not in operation in winter, but maybe in future people can go up and can touch the snow there and can learn skiing, and it will be a beginner's area with a moving carpet that you can ski on bumps, on curves or on edges going down this area. In a playful way, tubing also in winter time and snow play area. At least, of course, we have the ski slopes, which we can learn for skiing to go up with the ropeway and then down with on the ski slopes. It is not difficult. It is the inclination is really flat, so it is for the beginners a good opportunity to go on this slope and to learn skiing. On the top, we need something special, a restaurant, a restaurant where we can sit, can have a look, and maybe can see this wonderful sunset like this here. This is the original picture, and it will be a special attraction on the top, with places around where you can find, let's say, trading huts and also local food you can get there. This is the winter picture. And of course we need on the plateau some place to maybe to celebrate a festival, to dance the horror, and it will be in winter and in summertime. At least the expansion of the accommodation, we have the area of the Eco Resort apartments of 3-star superior. Expansion area on the left side, and it could be in a luxury way like this, or more in a cheaper way, but this is our first impression that we had. Everybody has his own swimming pool in front, a small one, and you will rent this for a certain time. All around, of course, you can make further routes for, let's say, for exploring, for researching, and you can go to Charankaya Highlands and can go further on. So you see, the Guinesu mountain journey will be really adventurous. A lot of things you can do there, and a lot of things you will experience there.
Evet, kıymetli konuklar, tekrar söylüyorum. Rize'mizin güzelliklerini anlatmakla tüketemeyiz. Ki bu sunumlarda gerçekten özetle hazırlanmıştır sizleri sıkmamak adına. Sırada Ardeşen Dere Mezra sunumu var. Öncesinde bir hatırlatmada bulunmak istiyorum. Program içerisinde de söylemiştim. Rize'mize özgü yöresel yemeklerden hazırlanan bir menümüz var. Program sonrası sizleri oraya davet etmek istiyorum. Ve ben yeniden alkışlarınızla Sayın Trepnik'i kürsüye davet ediyorum.
Yeah, so good. Thank you for your patience. Now we have the expert. I try my best to go fast, but we have 30 minutes. I think so. It would not be longer. But Dere Mezra village is worth to listen right now at least, because this is unique here. And we will play really with authentic things in this concept master plan. You see, Dere Mezra is not far away from the seaside. We can go there really fast through Rize and going in 1 and 50 minutes from Rize directly to Dere Mezra highlands. What we learned is this was in former days a route between the districts, and the road should be really improved there. We have a special road there, which is right now, the condition is okay, but it should be for the future time, of course, more, let's say, rebuilt and designed for good cars, for caravans and so on. We want to go from the seaside to the top, and we learned already that it is characterized by a rural settlement. That means it is really virgin. Traditional architecture, culture, and it will be, let's say, a region which has more or less a lot of agricultural, which is more or less agricultural, very productive. We have maize there, we have other things there, wooden houses, the traces of traditional architecture you can find there, and they have festivals there. There is an old trade route, I told you, between the sea and the mountain here. And many places on the way to Dere Mezra can be staged and played on, such as bridges, rivers, rocks. Dere Mezra itself appears to be authentic and original, and in any case the village structure must be preserved in this way. So that means we don't want to destroy anything, we only need to add something there that it will be a little bit more nicer. The fact is that you have to be very carefully here and in order to preserve this kind of gem of treasure. You see here some pictures, authentic pictures, and we found the vision, and the vision will be there in Dere Mezra, the rooted village, which means a village which has settled really deep roots inside of this area. Dere Mezra, the rooted village, is a living traditional village, is to be created, which visitors can not only visit, but in which they can immerse themselves in the traditional way of life. They can really go deep inside the culture and deep inside the tradition. And the focus is on experiencing, learning and rediscovering life in harmony with nature. The craft as well as the traditional customs and habits will be in the center of the experience, and this is close to the nature. Spending time in Dere Mesra will be like a journey back to the roots of humans living there. A journey to the original way and the living in a self-sufficient village. To slow down and also to rediscover the truthful. Old kind of tradition you can find there. When we go there, we pass several stages and we go on the top. And on the top of this area, and this valley, which is situated between two mountains, we have a road along, and when we arrive there, it seems that is a hidden place. It is, we will find a plateau in the valley, which we have, where we have different houses, different huts, traditional houses. And we tried to go really sensible in this way, to put not big buildings there, but necessary facilities, of course. When we arrived there, we find first the access to the gardens and family land. Then we put in the center, or we tried to put a center as a village square and a center building. Further on, we tried to put there a new village and some new accommodation houses. And of course, we have here a river, and we want to play on the riverside and put some activities there. Before you arrive in the village, then you will find an area next to the river, an area which you can use for caravan camping. These are the buildings, and you see here the existing new village houses, and then the center building will be situated nearby. The accommodation should maybe also follow the traditional houses there. The square building should be in a traditional style. We should find there a special restaurant, and the square market should find a place for festivals, for tradition to sell also foodstuffs, traditional herbal medicine, natural organic cosmetics, maybe an event market over the season with special topics, honey, or maybe you can learn from the original people living there how to plant their field. The square should be a place where you can meet. It is already a festival there, and this festival should be included into this village square. For all the season, maybe in winter, summertime, and also day and night. A special place where you can find a special restaurant, you can find special meeting places, and you are not far away from the river where you find special picnic places. And also an access to the hillside where you find the accommodations and also the bungalows. Day and night. And from this village, from this center, you can explore several places around the gardens you find there. Gardens and farming center buildings are located around. You can maybe explore some houses, and also farming you find there with all sorts of fruits. Families can help. You can help families on the field, and traditional crafts. Learning the traditional crafts. Carpenters you find there, wood turners, weaving carpets, of course. You can learn this on that side. And yeah, maybe we can establish also a museum, an open-air museum. We have already some first, the first points we put there, and we have already found there that there is a kind of museum there. Getting additional entrance fee for the museum there, and this will be spent to the locals there. Guides who explains all the things, the old things, and maybe also a discovery tour. I think that it could get a new brand. That means Dere Mesra village, everything what will be produced there, get a new brand, and you can sell it as an original good. You can sell it there on site when the people come there, on the market, or you can sell it also in Rize or in the city. But it will be a food label, a brand for Dere Mesra village, for farming products. Fruits, vegetables, honey, animal products, selling the quality and the organic products in urban areas would be also an aim. Visitors can get to know the production process and can visit them there on site. Different kind of goods you can buy there, and it will be reinvested into the village. The riverbank activities around next to the water line, we can find there, and you can go for fishing, your own fish, and you take it with you at home. Or you go with a river canyon adventure experience, go with the bridges over there. And as I told you, the caravan parking and the camping area. People want to go into the nature and feel the nature in his original style. Living next to the river, safety distance to the river, because we have, already a lot of water around, so we have to take care that we have enough distance. And it should be a new infrastructure next to the river, where you can go along and where you can find places to meet and sit with the families. Picnic, walking paths. There are some places around, waterfalls. There we want to put into focus these waterfalls and sit next to the waterfalls and viewing them. From Dere Mesra, of course, from the rooted village, we go then to explore the areas around. We go into the valley, we go to the top, we go to special places. We go to farms, open house, animal farm, working with animals, the farms for visiting with the families. Petting zoo, open house for the guests in Dere Mesra. There is an access to the barn houses and to the fields area. Visitors can join the daily farm and work and feed the animals, for example, stroke them, and also get in touch with the animals. More or less for the people living in the cities is much more interesting than open house animal farm. Horse riding, of course, we need to go to have it around. And for a nature camp, you can rent your tent and you can go on special places where you find basic infrastructure for all multi-facilities. Next to the river houses, a river camp, for example. And not far away, you will find a bow hunting area. Because if you want to survive in the nature, you have to hunt your animal. But of course not the big one. Just a joke. So hunting, training, to learn about that. This is important. This should be integrated nearby in the area. Nature camp next to the river, wooden houses, nature life experience, and also low-cost areas. Experience for everyone who wants to go there and wants to have the experience. Explore the mountain, exploring the area, exploring Deremesra village. Sitting in the mountain, having fun and relaxing. And for the children, maybe you can make a special challenge. It will be the Deremesra nature ranger. You will be the keeper of the traditional knowledge. That means visitors of Deremesra can expand their knowledge in all important disciplines. Visiting the places, and if you visited all the places and you get all the information, then you will become a Deremesra ranger for different places in the valley, for when you walk and hike the trails along with different topics. Learn from the nature, can be planned in details from experts. The stations of education where the children can learn in a playful way and interactive. A lot of activities around, which is guiding into the Deremesra village, where we want to have a special place which is authentical and maybe also very virgin and kept for the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got it. You got it. Now we got it. I have to tell you one thing more. All these master plans So you find this that in a short way right now, and I presented this really in a short way. All these master plans, all these areas, and this is the point here, we can reach easy from the airport of Rize. So maybe you can imagine what will be this for the future, for the people that are coming here, arriving from everywhere, coming to the airport, and then from Rize Airport, it is easy accessible everywhere. And I think this is a good opportunity. In my opinion, and you know maybe already that I'm working around the world, and maybe you can see this also in our website, we were working really in different places. I got in love with this area right now, not only because I was working here and I got a lot of good friends. I got in love because of the warm welcome always in Rize, in Trabzon, in the Black Sea area. And really, my honest statement is that it is a high potential to go ahead with the tourism area here. People are looking for original places. People are looking for authentic places. And the thing is, what you have, maybe not that much tourism already, but this is the biggest opportunity what you have for the future, because it is virgin. And for these virgin areas, you have to look really, and hardly you can get this anywhere in other areas. So you can start from the scratch sometimes, and you have a lot of treasures. And this treasure you have to keep and to give your culture to the people that are coming here. And in my opinion, and this is only my opinion and my experience, I think please follow these areas, follow this way, go ahead with this way. I think Mr. Governor is really open-minded guy in my opinion, and he understands what is here really important. And thank you very much, Mr. Governor, that you go ahead with these projects, and hopefully you can follow also these projects. And I wish you good luck, and for the next steps, I hope we go into the realization parts maybe in future, inshallah.
Efendim bizler de bu muhteşem sunumlarından ötürü Sayın Trebik'e teşekkür ediyor ve sizlerden kocaman alkış istiyorum efendim. Kıymetli katılımcılar, programımız burada sona ermiştir. Katıldığınız ve bizleri sabırla dinlediğiniz için sizlere yürekten teşekkür ediyorum. Ve yöresel yemeklerden hazırlanan sizleri akşam yemeğimize davet ediyorum. Kulaklıklarımızı masaya, sandalyeleri bırakırsak teşekkür ediyorum efendim. Sağ olun. İyi akşamlar.